Hi, business buddy. Welcome once again. So, if you're there and you're wondering which kind of profitable businesses that you can start here in Kenya that will never fail, so you can underline the word never fail, right? Now, these are businesses that whether things go up, come down, you can always make a profit, right? So, it's based on the economic trends that you are facing right now. So, you can always get some kind of income or rather a profit depending on the efforts that actually also you put in place. But generally, from the statistics, these particular businesses that we're going to mention rarely will they fail, right? So I know that most people are sorting out for businesses such as the ones that we're going to mention. So in this particular video, we are just going to go through some of the 10 profitable businesses that you can always start, and be rest assured that at least they will never or they will not get you into losses, right? Now, one such business, I'm not saying that they're cheap businesses, right? So you need to really put a lot of capital and rather do some kind of due diligence before you start them, right? So these are things that even you can ask for loans from the banks so that you start them. So number one is fintech business. Fintech, this is a financial technology industry or rather a business that has a low risk of failure. Why? Uh, if you actually invent a particular technology that will help people reduce the transactions or the charges, like for example in the e-commerce industry, people are purchasing things online, so you can actually bring on board some solution that will help people transfer or do some kind of transactions, right, very very fast, and lowering the cost of those particular transaction. Examples are such as of course you know the PayPal, right? But better still, you can maybe look at PesaPal. So if you have the technical know-how, you can start that kind of business. And I'll tell you, this is a very lucrative kind of a business that will never fail, because people will always purchase things online and they'll always make a transaction. A laundry business is another business that will always have a low rate of failure. Why? Because most people are seeking to look nice. They need to wash their clothes, right? So people always get their clothes dirty, and they require these kind of businesses to ensure that their clothes and their attires, right, are actually washed. So you need to establish this kind of business by purchasing some washing and ironing equipments, right? And you need also some workforce, people who are going to assist you to run these particular businesses, right? Uh, we also have education business, and you can say this is the business that always doing, right? You normally offer content to people, so you can always, if you're a good person, or if you're a person who is good in a particular industry, be it technology, be it business itself, be it agriculture, you can produce content that will always get people engaged, and they can always purchase your content. So you can start some tutorial through the virtual education platforms. So we have platforms online that are free. You can just register and start delivering your tutorials. So you'll never get it wrong. Even here, I'm doing this through YouTube, which is very very free. So if you are good in something, you can always share this particular information. Then we have food businesses. Now, food, it's what is keeping us alive. So people always eat. So you need to strategize and look for market, or rather a location where people will always purchase your food, right? So I know of people who have started these food businesses. We call them the kibandas, right? So you can always start any food businesses, and you can never get it wrong, right? Then you have the information technology businesses, right? Think of any uh, farm, or rather think of any business that you can start that requires IT. Like you can start a small kiosk, purchase some photocopier, you can start some cyber cafe business, right? And better still, you can even start helping people do these kind of registrations. It could be the e-citizen registration. People don't know how to use those. Huduma services. I mean, there are these things that require use of technology nowadays. Filing of e-returns, online returns, right? The KRA ones, right? So think about all these businesses or services that you can execute using information technology. They'll always be there, right? Uh, Even sometimes myself, I'm an IT guru, but at some point I don't have maybe the equipment to do some tasks, so I'll have to go and get these particular services elsewhere. So that's another business that will not get you into losses. Then you have healthcare business. I mean, it goes without saying that most people want to be healthy, right? So you can, of course, if you have the license, you can open a pharmacy. That is one. You can also do some kind of research and train people on how to maybe live in some healthy environments, right? So you require some kind of license, because when we talk about healthcare business, you need to have some qualification. If you don't have, you can hire someone with those qualifications and start that particular business. So you can also supply the healthcare products, medicine to organization, hospitals, clinics, right? All those. Then we have also the real estate business. Yeah, here is where people are reaping big. We have issues of transparency when it comes to purchasing land, right? And of course, to look for the titles and everything. So, real estate business is a lucrative business that really people don't understand how to go about it. So, if you can start it and help people maybe get the best land, get the best building and homes and so on, everything, uh, it actually boils down to purchasing the properties, right? So it could be a very good business. The other one is renewable energy. I mean, the cost of electricity has gone very high, right? So people are sorting out to purchase this renewable energy, the solar systems. Sometimes even within the streets, if you walk, you can find people displaying very nice solar or renewable energy systems, right? So you can start that kind of a business. People will always purchase. Target target areas mainly are the rural areas, right, where we don't have a lot of electricity, right? But even in urban areas, people have uh, an option of using this particular solar energy. Transport business or transportation business, especially those of us who are in the industry of maybe selling the or selling or rather buying a vehicle. Some people normally purchase those vehicles, then sell them at given prices. So you can always start buying and selling them at a price. You can also look for old vehicles that are not being used. You can repair them and sell them again. The other one is using the technology that we have, the Uber, right? So you can purchase some fleet of vehicle, register them to this particular Uber, Bolt businesses, right? And so on, as long as it falls under the transportation business. Lastly, from our list, ideally this article lists 15, but I'll just mention the 10 is agriculture business, right? Farming. I know of people who have degrees, but since they have looked for jobs and they have not gotten, they decided to do farming or rather agriculture. So this is a very, very successful career, right? So that notion, that mentality that people had that agriculture was just for the old people, no. Nowadays, there are quite a number of agri businesses that you can start, right? Personally, I'm doing one. In fact, I'll be sharing with you how to do some bee farming, right? So these are some of the things that you can always start, and you'll never get it wrong. You can also establish some poultry businesses, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's just some typical businesses here in Kenya that you can start and you'll never get it wrong. So you can go ahead if you have time, check on this particular blog. I've also talked about entertainment business, as you can see, a cleaning business, a fashion business, personal fitness business, and land care business. So in total, there are 15, but I chose just to explain the first 10, right? So that is all, and thank you.